Hello everybody, welcome to our live show. Today is August 19th. I am Daniel and this is
Bill.
And we got a pretty fun show for you guys today. We got a lot of new stuff, some epic customs. We're also going to be talking about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which I'm sure you guys have been seeing a lot of. It's trending like crazy right now. Me and Bob actually did do the Ice Bucket Challenge, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. That was freaking cold, but it was for a good cause and a lot of fun. And then also, Bill will be doing a tactical gearheads video pretty soon, so we're going to dive into that.
Super excited for that.
It should be a lot of fun. So before we do that, we got some cool promotions going on right now. Bill, you want to hit the first one?
Yeah, so if you guys haven't been paying attention to our Facebook, and, well, to be honest, if you haven't been paying attention to our website, we have super flat rate shipping going on until tonight at midnight. That's Pacific Standard Time. I believe it is about 7:45 for
$7.99.
$7.99 continental U.S. And then our friends in Hawaii, that's how it's pronounced, Hawaii, Alaska, and Canada, you guys are $10.99?
Yes,
yes, $10.99. So take advantage of that. Also, don't forget to use the coupon code SAVE14 because it can be combined with the flat rate shipping to save you even more money.
So I know this is really helpful for a lot of you guys that are farther away, like Alaska or Hawaii.
Especially.
So you can save on the shipping, and then you can actually save 14% on your order on top of that. So definitely a good promotion. Ends tonight at midnight, so if you guys are thinking about getting an order, definitely get it. This is also valid at gitactical.com, which is our East Coast website. So if you guys are on the East Coast, use this exact same promotion and codes, and then if you're on the East Coast, you can get your stuff super quick. So definitely take advantage of that. Next this week, coming up, we have 3 mystery boxes coming up, or I should say specifically 2 mystery boxes and 1 mystery package coming up. You guys keep requesting them, so we're trying to keep up with requests of them. These have been selling out within minutes, so we're trying to give you guys what you want. On Thursday, we have a Guns and Gear mystery box going up. This is going to be about $25. This one you can use a coupon code on top of that, which is important to know. So it's $26 without the coupon. Use a coupon, even cheaper. And then the grand prize is a Crytek CRB, super dope. And then I think like the second prize is like an M&P, VFC M&P, which is also super dope. Yeah. One of Mark's favorites too. So
very good gun, actually.
And then Saturday we have another mystery box going up. That's going to be a pistol mystery box. That's going for about $100, $110. And I know there's going to be some super cool prizes like TM High Kappa, TM Desert Eagle, the 50 cal version. Yeah, super cool. There is going to be also a race pistol in there.
Oh, one of the F-Chews?
Not the F-Chews, but it's the target on sights.
Oh, yeah, that one.
It's like a $500-$600 pistol, which is super dope as well. And then Sunday we have the what's it called?
Patch package.
Patch package. Thank you very much. So this is something new that we just started last week. That the way it works is it's I believe it's around a $5 price range, and you get a patch. But one of these packages is going to have like, it's going to be like a $450 gift card, like around that. Yeah, something around there.
$200, or a few $100.
Yes. So we did it last week just because you guys really like the mystery packages and stuff like that, and the mystery boxes, and that sold out in like, oh my gosh, so quick, it was ridiculous.
And I think, was it going to be like $5?
It should be around there as well. So keep an eye on that. I know that's a lot of cool stuff coming up, but you guys are requesting it, so we're going to keep doing it as much as we can. So what else do we have, Bill?
Let's see. We also have, don't forget, if you're looking into buying a new gun, for $20 more, you can add on the Burst Wizard MOSFET. Couldn't forget what the blanking on the word.
Burst Wizard.
Burst Wizard. King Kong Burst Wizard. You can add it onto your gun for $20 if it qualifies. The guns that don't qualify, generally, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that you don't really have the space. There's a few guns in there where you can't really fit both. But if, let's say, you really did want to get one, you can always call up our customer service when you're buying the gun and see what they can do for you. You know, a lot of useful features in there. It's got the lipo protection on there if you get it set up. You got the burst function, and it can go from anywhere from like 1 to, I want to say, like in the 20s amount of burst. Like, you can do something pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You can do something pretty crazy. You can also do the precocking feature, which is pretty cool for if you've got a setup where you want a hair trigger. A lot of different really cool features for it that, I mean, I run one in my M16. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Especially when you get it hardwired in, it helps protect the the trigger contacts a little
Absolutely. I'm going to answer a question really quick. I know we're supposed to wait the last 15, but this kind of ties in. Jeremy is asking for a long-range DMR where you want to go with a Miracle barrel or a Prometheus 603. Those are both great barrels. I love the Promi, but I'd recommend the Miracle barrel. And then if you're going to play that DMR role, that's also what the Burst Wizard is perfect for, because you can set your gun to be semi-auto only.
Yes.
And then you can set it that way. And then like if you're at like a milsim op that requires your gun to be disabled to semi-auto only, you know, that counts for most events
or
as
even
well.
like those milsim ops where maybe not with the DMR, but one of them like where it's like, oh, well, you can't shoot full auto in your guns. It has to have like a burst function or something like that, which is useful.
That's super cool for the realism as well. So that's definitely good stuff. So check out the Burst Wizards. And then we also have a new package going on for the Wii Scar. If you want to pull that out really quick. The Wii Scar Heavy. So this gun usually retails for $360, and then we have extra magazines. But we just set up a package where you can get the gun for the same price and get a free magazine with it. Very dramatic. So this is the Wii Scar Heavy. What makes it heavy is the larger caliber magazine. Of course, this is the Airsoft, so it's only going to shoot the 6mm BBs, but it looks a lot meaner and a lot more aggressive, and is one of my favorite guns in the Battlefield series. So I know Level Cap actually just did a video on this a few weeks ago.
There we go. There's the other magazine.
Unnecessary that was great. But yeah, if you guys are interested in a more unique, aggressive, super dope tan gun with a lot of great features. You got a folding stock, rails, and all that stuff too. So we have this going right now. But I won't bore you guys with this. Let's jump into some new products.
Yes. All right.
So our techs have been very busy lately. They have been working on some awesome new customs. So which one do we have first?
Let's say the one that was on the Instagram for last. That was my favorite.
Which one?
The big one.
Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna go big or go home. This is the new ECA or Extreme Custom Armory M700 Night Stalker. I don't think we have enough camera.
I actually don't think we have enough camera for it.
Holy crap. I'll let you hold it and I'll go over the details.
I'll lean back.
Okay, so this is an ECA or Extreme Custom Armory. If you guys are not familiar with this series, this is pretty much anything and everything you can do to a custom gun. It's kind of like our most advanced custom series. So this gun is going to be based off the KJW M700, so that's going to be a gas-powered sniper rifle. What's cool about that is that it is very easy to cycle the bolt because it's gas-powered. That looks so awesome. Okay, so then our techs have put a lot of time and work into it. So the first thing we did is put on the Action Army AAC-21 CNC conversion kit. So that's the conversion kit that you see here. Oh, the entire kit kind of as a whole. And then so you got the buffer tube. You have these adaptable rails that you can put anywhere you want. Just looks super dope and aggressive. You got the full-length rail system as well. You got the ASG B&T Rotex 3 barrel extension. Now, for me, I think that's what looks the coolest to go with that chrome barrel. You also have the Vism 6x42 scope with rangefinder reticle. So you gotta have a scope with your sniper rifle. Leaper scope ring. You also have the Magpul K2 grips to make it a lot more comfortable.
Actually, it's very comfortable.
One of the great things I like about this kit is that it gives it a buffer tube. The KJ M700 comes with a solid stock that you can't really adjust. Now with this stock, it's a M4 buffer tube, so you can put like any M4, most M4 stocks, I should say. So we decided to go with the Magpul STR carbine stock. So very comfortable, and you can adjust it. NC Star bipod, which is very solid, and then we also have the Power Up package from G&G. So here's the fun part. This thing shoots about, what is that? Is that right? I think that's right. 650 FPS. Yay!
What?
Yeah, it's gas-powered sniper rifle, and that G&G Power Up package has the FPS fly way up there. So check your fields and make sure you're allowed to use that beforehand. But this thing's gonna just fly for days.
And the good news is the barrel actually, I believe it goes like to about here.
Yeah, so
it's almost the entire length.
The last thing we have is the rail segments. You got, I think, about 1 or 2 rail segments included. So this is a more expensive sniper rifle, but anybody absolutely serious about sniping, this gun is super dope. I'm looking at the comments now, and you guys are like super excited, so that makes me happy. So this is the Night Stalker. We only have one of these available. It just went up on our website on the new product, so if you guys want it, first come, first serve. Okay, next custom, I should say.
Let's go to the G36.
I like the G36 a lot.
This one's actually pretty cool.
Do you wanna read it off and then I'll play with this one?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay, so
I believe it's based off a KWA G36.
yes, it's called the Airsoft GI Custom G36 Carabiner Airsoft gun. It's named after a tool that's used in rock climbing.
Yes, which I'm about to do as soon as this live show's over.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm going to go home and relax. Now, base gun, yeah, you were right, is a KWA. Let's see, looks like it's shooting about 380 to 390 FPS, so it's going to be perfect for field play. Plus, you're going to get the awesome Noveski
KFH?
KFH, yeah. Is that what, yeah.
Yep.
With the fire-breathing hog, I always loved that. You get this awesome flashlight with pressure switch, and yeah, there's the piggy.
Mm-hmm.
Make it squeal like a piggy. Anyway, you got the pressure pad for your light, and you get the PEQ box. Which one is that one? I think it's the Lancer one.
Right there.
Where is it? I can't. Oh my god. It's
Yeah, it is the Lancer. You're right on that.
the Lancer PEQ box.
Yeah.
But I think you can still run the battery inside of the handguard too.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about trying to wire it into the PEC box. It's still something pretty cool to have just for looks. Other than that, it's coming with the AMP, or is that an AMP?
This is a UTG red dot.
Red dot. I need glasses, dude. Folding stock. Oh, and the other part comes with not one, but two high caps. And this one's going for $495.99.
So
Actually, pretty good deal for a KWA G36, must say. Actually,
I would definitely say so. I actually have one of the first gen KWA G36Cs that is super old and is still running today, so I'm actually a huge fan of that. One of the things that that I wanted from my KWA when I first got it, or my KWA G36, is the FPS was around like 360, 370. So I like that our text bumped it up to like right at 400. So I'll tell you guys from personal experience, this is a shorter gun. It's the smaller of the G36 series, but this thing rocks at outdoor fields. I've used it at many outdoor fields. I used to play up in NorCal a lot when I went to college and rocked this gun really often, and it was absolutely amazing.
How'd that work out when you were in college?
It was great. There was many times when I was like in a super compact spot and I'd fold this to the side and it saved me. But I had more than enough range to stay competitive, so that was super dope. I actually always clip my magazines together like this because the reloads were super easy and simple. And then the KFH just makes it super badass. So yeah, you can't go wrong with this. I think you guys would be really happy with it.
My first gun was actually a G36. It was like some really one that shot like 200 FPS, used .12s, but it was like a full size one. That was it was electric. It's awesome.
Very dope. One thing I want to mention that I like about this UTG red dot is it has I don't even want to say multiple brightness settings. It's not like 1 through 7.
Oh,
it's like a constant on.
It's a continuous. You can change the brightness. It's think about it like the volume in your car.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's like probably the easiest way to describe it. How it's not like levels 1 through 8. It's just a continuous. You can either slowly make it brighter or dimmer, or
and it's red and green too. So overall, pretty solid. But let's bring out the last
the final one, my actual favorite one.
Okay, so this is Bill's favorite. So I'll go over the details. This is the PTT Vanguard, or Perfect Tactical Trainer. So if you guys are not familiar with the PTT series, this actually uses some real steel parts, I believe, to make it as realistic as possible. So this is going to be based off the KWA AKG74M, so it's a gas blowback AK, so extremely realistic. It's going to have a FPS of like 390 to 400. We have a Lancer Tactical red dot on it, a Magpul PTS foregrip. We have a GAG metal flash hider, Lancer Tactical weapons mount, and then we have a Troy long rail. And I believe this is a real steel.
Yes, it is.
So that's what makes it the PTT, that this rail right here is not designed for airsoft. It's not a replica. It's the real deal.
It is a real deal AK rail.
Yeah. So if you guys want a super super realistic AK, very, very cool. This does have a folding stock, so if you want to make it more compact.
Make it fold.
Button.
I know. There we go.
I think I forgot to mention the flashlight and the grip. So it has a little black tan two-tone to it. But I know this gun has a crazy amount of range. It has KWA's 3GX hop-up unit that you don't have to use a tool to adjust, and actually clicks very nicely. So for gas blowback, that's important because it's actually rocking back and forth.
I see. Yeah, you don't need a tool. That's cool.
So these 3 customs just went up on our website, so check them out if you guys are interested in them at all. Each one of these is a one-off, meaning there's only one of a kind. So if you're interested, check them out.
Very nice.
Bill, you're gonna have to put that down.
Okay, let's take the mag.
Okay, so
I just love this.
nice, Bill. He dropped the box.
Okay. Scared me.
Okay, so Bill's going to pick up that box really quick, and then I'm going to show you guys the next G4 customs that we have coming out. So the G4 customs, these are guns that will be around for a while in multiple quantities, so it's not just a one-off. These are more affordable. This is part of our G4 line, so you have the Gene G 8mm gearbox with pneumatic blowback that's been around for years and is super, super reliable. This is going to be part of the new PWS series. Because we have these new PWS rail systems in that I think are really cool. I like that they're more squared off, but they are key mod as well, meaning you can buy their separate rail segments. So the idea is it's modular for one, and then super, super lightweight. So I personally use a key mod rail system on my custom M4, and is becoming a lot more popular. We have those key mod rail segments now. Check out, I think it's the Parallax.
I think it's Parallax.
Parallax key mod rail segments that you can buy and then attach and then add more accessories. So we have these in multiple lengths.
This one's my favorite.
Yes, because
it's an M16 with a collapsible stock.
Exactly.
And I can grab it really far so I can be like, oh my god, I'm so operator, guys.
Yeah. So we have these all up on the website right now. I think we only have the short one in stock, but we're actually building the other ones right now, so they should be up very, very soon. This is kind of more the mid carbine one, and then this one over here is my favorite.
Oh, is this the... Yeah, that's cool.
I think this name is, for this one, is like the Devastator? Yes.
Yes.
I like it because it comes with this KX3 flash hider that goes super flush with the rail system. So I really like the look of that.
There's like less than a millimeter of gap.
Yeah. So if you guys can see that, that just looks really mean. I don't mean to point that at you guys, but I want you guys to appreciate that. So I would go with this one just because I like the PWS a lot. Or sorry, not the PWS, but the KX3 with the PWS.
I'd go with this one.
But Bill likes the big one.
Don't look too much into that one.
Oh man. Okay, so check these out on the website. These actually just went up as well. And I think we got a few new products, and then we'll jump into our topic.
Yes.
It should be the new chest rig.
Okay, yeah.
So we got a new chest rig in from Condor. It's going to come in most of the basic colors you guys are familiar with. So you got your tan, black.
Tan, black, and green.
Yes. So this is the Condor, what's the name? LCS chest rig.
LCS. Laser cut.
I actually don't know what it stands for.
Well, I would assume it's laser cut, and then I don't know what the S would stand for. But
so the idea of this is to be as lightweight as possible, so you can see it's not the normal Dura weaving that you see. You actually have this very thin material, and this is probably just a little bit lighter than, thinner than a dime. So this dramatically cuts down the weight, but then this is designed to work with all your MOLLE accessories and tactical gear pouches, so you can set this up however you want.
Oh, and it looks like it has a kangaroo pouch too.
Yes. So this is something like right up my alley because I love the Blue Force Gear chest rig and that kind of stuff. So this is super lightweight. This is also very affordable. So if you're looking for something as light as possible,
I'll say it's like $37.
I believe so. It's right around there. I'm gonna look it up right now. It should be going for $36.
Oh, I was off by $1.
So very affordable, but also very, very lightweight. So that's kind of what you're looking for. If you guys are playing those pickup games that last, 20, 30 minutes at a time, this is going to be perfect for that too. Or you can set it up with like a hydration backpack if you guys are doing longer games. So,
or you could just put a bunch of mag pouches on it and be like hardcore.
Yeah. It looks like you guys really like those customs. I'm seeing a lot of good comments on that. Super, super dope. But anyway, that's a lot of the new products that we have. So the topic of the day is going to be, one of the topics is the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, this Ice Bucket Challenge has gone completely viral. It's absolutely insane. ALS, or also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, unfortunately is a disease that attacks the brain and the nervous system, where at this point it's right now 100% fatal. So the point of this Ice Bucket Challenge is, number one, bring awareness to the disease, and number two, to get donations to help fund the research to fight off this disease. So a lot of people are saying, oh, what's the Ice Bucket Challenge? Just by doing the challenge, it doesn't do anything. The idea is to get awareness, and then so you actually donate and then spread the word about this fatal disease. So that's what the Ice Bucket Challenge is. Bob was challenged by Tim from Red Wolf, and also another gentleman, which I'm forgetting the name at the moment. And so Bob did it, and then he challenged me, and so I also did it as well. But if you guys haven't seen those videos, go to GITV Uncut. We actually are posting up those videos in my video today, which is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it really is.
And then I ended up challenging, I challenged Spartan 117GW. So if you guys haven't seen the video, I'm officially doing it now. Craig from GamePod Combat Zone up in NorCal, and then also Ed the Meerkat on the East Coast, who is the GI Tactical Store Manager. I'm challenging those three gentlemen.
The other person that Bob got called out by to do it is, excuse me if I mispronounce your last name, Jonathan Karpatkin. I hope I said that correctly.
I hope so too. But yeah, so if you guys are not familiar with the challenge, it's a lot of fun. You know, you can do it and then challenge other people, and then if you guys can donate anything, by all means try to donate. If not, just continue to spread the word. And oh man, it was cold.
It was a lot of fun to do the dumping.
Yeah, Bill was.
It was a lot of fun. I got to toss it on Bob. Got on my shoes. I was a little upset that I got on my shoes and my pants, but.
So Bill actually dumped the ice water on me, and
you probably hear my giggling in the background after I do it.
Yeah, which was pretty funny. So that's definitely it was a hot day. So,
it was a hot day.
So it was nice. And then Bob was a trooper too, because I texted him the day before saying, hey, you know, I'll bring a change of clothes, but I'm not sure if my text didn't go through or what happened. So I brought a change of clothes, but Bob didn't bring a change of clothes, but he was a trooper and did it, and then still continued to stay here and, you know, help us with all the other stuff we're working on all day. So I give Bob mad props for that. I had a change of clothes, so I was there with a towel and all that stuff, so it wasn't so bad for me. But it was really refreshing. It was cold as hell. Also, Bob challenged a level cap, which was fun.
Yep, and he just recently put up his video. This is bugging me. I'm gonna have to perfection this.
So I'm curious. Why not like poke it out of the way just to make you?
No, don't. My OCD will kick in.
How many of you guys have actually done the Ice Bucket challenge? I'm curious. Post in the comments if any of you guys have done it, or if you guys have donated. And we'll try to give you guys a shout out, because it is a good cause, and it's great to spread the word or help anything you can. I know somebody mentioned Charlie Sheen dumped 10 grand.
Oh, I was gonna say that was like one of my favorite ones to see.
Yeah, that was.
And like he called out like 3 other celebrities, and it was something like.
It was like Ashton Kutcher and 2 others.
Yeah, he's like, and I know you guys have enough money where you can donate, so. And it was like, oh, nice.
So I'll say, if you guys did the Ice Bucket challenge, or if you guys donated at all, comment, and then we'll try to give you guys a shout out either now or later on. But be honest, don't just do it just for a shout out. That's not cool. It's not cool. Or if you guys are going to do it later, I'll hold you guys to your word, because it's a good cause.
Train.
Yeah. My favorite, if you guys didn't see, was Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters just put up a video. I think it was today or yesterday, and it was funny because if you guys have seen the movie Carrie, you've seen that, right, Bill? The horror movie Carrie. Oh, that's a classic horror movie. They just remade it.
Wait. I know of it, but I don't think like I know the entire plot. But I know
was like a high school girl, and she got picked on, but she had like psychic powers.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it played by the hot chick in the remake?
Yes, hot chick played. I forget her name. I don't know. But anyway,
Transformers chick, right?
No, not Transformers chick. It was the girl from Kick-Ass. She was Hit Girl. I don't know.
Was she also in Zombieland?
Yes. I think so.
Oh, what's her name?
Yes, her name.
Yeah, it's gonna bug me.
Anyway, they did a spoof of that with the Ice Bucket challenge. So it was like Dave Grohl was up on stage, and then people were like making fun of her, and then they were dumping like the blood, but it wasn't really the blood, but it was the ice water, and it was really funny. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, this thing's gone like super viral.
How about the guy that did the glacier water one?
I heard about that, but I didn't see it.
Like helicopter, like.
Yeah.
Up in like somewhere where there's glaciers, Iceland maybe.
I would imagine so.
Greenland.
I'll have to look it up. But
somewhere cold.
I think it's really cool how like something so good and helpful. You know, this is obviously a good cause to help people out and help the research. So hopefully we can one day, you know, find a cure for ALS. But I like how this has gone so viral. So, you know, people also have said that, like, oh, this doesn't do any good. For example, it does do a lot of good, because if you look at the ALS website, last year around this time, they only donated, their donations were only about like $1 million. Right now, they're over like $11.4 million in donations for the research, because this has gone so viral, and it's like worldwide. I mean, we have like major celebrities.
Emma Stone.
It wasn't Emma. No, not Emma Stone. She was also in Zombieland, but it was the other girl. It was Hit Girl from Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Oh, she's like.
She's younger. She was also in the vampire movie.
She's like 20 something. She plays like a 13-year-old in Zombieland, but she's like 20-something.
Well, that was like a couple years ago, but she played Carrie. I can't remember. It's not Emma Stone. Emma Stone was in Zombieland, but I'm talking about somebody else.
I might be thinking of the wrong movie, to be honest. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, because wasn't Emma Stone in a horror movie where like she was like had supernatural for powers or something?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to like IMDb it. It's gonna. Chloe Martz. I think that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up right now. What was the movie?
No. I think it's right. Okay. I think it's Chloe.
So I'm like, it's gonna bug me.
Shoopy 98. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure it's Chloe. I think that was her name. But yeah. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah. No. I like that the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge has gone so viral. And I think it's good that things can help out. That it can actually help out, and it's really showing like the good of the internet, which I like because the internet can be a very mean place sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
Really mean. So I mean, I see that like people are jumping on it, and like I have friends that are like, I challenged to, and they're doing it as well. So I want to go back and see how many people, if you guys said you guys did it or not. Let's see, Ice Bucket Challenge. I think we should do. We should get Bill in the Ice Bucket Challenge. Maybe we should do it in your tactical gearheads tomorrow.
No.
That'd be kind of funny.
No, because I don't want all like gear to get wet. It takes forever to dry.
That's true. That's true. I see a comment that's saying that like half the people doing the Ice Bucket Challenge aren't even donating. We always encourage you guys to donate and help out, but even if you can't donate, if you can just do the challenge and continue to spread it. The way this is getting so big is it's just like it's networking. Somebody will do it, they challenge somebody else, and they do it, and so it's word of mouth, and it's spreading super quick.
And the thing is, a lot of these celebrities that do it, like they don't say they're donating, but they usually are. Like they're not going to be like, and I want like Charlie Sheen. That was different because he was doing it as more of a joke, but the ones where it's like the celebrities that actually do the water, usually after they actually do donate money, it's just they don't feel the need to be like, look at what I did, I'm so cool.
Yeah. Alexander Ham, shout out to you. You're saying you're donated, so thank you very much. That's really, really cool stuff. Let me get rid of that for sure. Jason's saying that you should do it, Bill. You should do the Ice Bucket Challenge. Wait. Do you guys think that Bill should do the Ice Bucket Challenge in his tactical gear?
No. Please, not that.
Okay, maybe not in your tactical gear.
That stuff is expensive.
Yeah, maybe we'll get that set up too. But anyway, check out the website, which is, oh my gosh, I'm saying it's not ALS.com. It's ALS.
Or isn't it org?
Yes. Let me double check.
It's ALS. Well, it's not just ALS. It's ALS.
SA.org.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Isn't it
Association.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so check them out, and that's a great cause as well. But the other thing we want to talk about is Bill has his tactical gearheads coming
Yes,
tomorrow.
I'm totally stoked for the filming tomorrow.
This is going to be Bill's big debut on our main channel. Besides all the gameplay footage, Bill, how do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I mean, hey, well, I technically remember I did play a Russian, and you were my henchman.
That was definitely true. But this is your video.
This is my act. This is where I'm not acting. I'm actually being me.
Yes.
So it should be a lot of fun.
Are you nervous?
Actually, no, not really. I mean, I have to think about the fact that right now I'm in front of a bunch of people talking. And
see, I give you props for that, because if you guys have seen any of my old YouTube videos, like I was a completely different person. I was so scared and so shy that
I've actually never had issues with public speaking. Like I remember when I ran for ASB and lost in junior high.
I would have voted for you.
Thank you.
They would have voted for you.
Hey, I was actually cool. I was wearing a button-up shirt, but like I didn't button it. It was layered over itself with Velcro. And at the very end of the speech, I went, vote for Bill! And I ripped open my shirt, and it said, vote for Bill. And I still didn't win, and it pissed me off.
Did people, like, cheer and yell, like, when that happened?
It was actually more of the awkward, like...
Oh, that's the word. Oh.
Like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
That's really funny.
But, yeah, I've never had an issue with public speaking. I mean, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it.
So why don't you tell everyone like what kind of tactical gear they're going to be seeing, and also what your mindset is, like why you picked out some of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main thing you'll see is my plate carrier is American made, and then the ammunition pouches I have on it, or magazine pouches, are going to be American made. My ultimate goal with it is I want everything on the plate carrier, my belt, holster, all that stuff, I want it to be made in the U.S. That's my ultimate goal. It'll take time and money because American stuff is expensive, but I will say it's definitely worth it. American made plate carriers, pouches, and stuff are built like a brick house. They're not going, yeah, America. You'll be seeing a lot of black. I like the color black. It goes with everything. And then actually probably you'll be seeing quite a bit of customization in terms of how I made things work and painting and stuff like that. I've always been one who's a little bit more creative. Good example was in when we were up in Antioch, I was manning the buggy, and I just had my mask on with my helmet, and it got shot. And so the person who shot me got me right here in the buckle, and it shattered the buckle that was holding on my mask. Well, I got creative with zip ties, and it's been working ever since. So you'll see a lot of custom paint jobs, custom arrangement of stuff, paint.
I really like what you did with your helmet and mask setup.
Oh yeah, that was just done by when you guys see the video, you'll see what he's talking about. But I got the idea by just honestly, I sat there and I looked at it for a little bit, and I'm like, how can I make this work? And sometimes that's all it takes. Is like, I know I used to be when I was younger, I'd get really frustrated with things, and still occasionally I do when I'm working on stuff and it's not going my way. Hence why I usually give Mark my gun to work on. That's usually one of the things where I want to throw it out the window. But I've gotten better where I can just sit down and look at something like, okay, how can I make this work? And you'll see that with a lot of my gear. I've done things where I'm like, okay, how can I make this work? How can I still comply with rules? Like a good example is here in Southern California, you're required to have a hard ear protection at pretty much every single field. Yeah. And I used to just run the mask, and it would stop here, and then like a baseball hat, and I switched to a helmet because I was getting shot in the head, and it was really getting annoying, especially when you be hitting, like, someone would shoot twice and hit in the exact same spot, and you're just like, you lift up your hat, and you're like, oh, it looks like I have a pimple, damn it. But so with that, I had to look into, I drew inspiration from looking at actual, not real steel, but military pictures and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, how do they do their ear protection? Is there a type of ear protection that I can still hear things? And actually ended up I wear real steel shooting headphones that are electronic, so I can still hear everything.
Are they the Howard Lights? Or
yes, the Howard Lights. Yes. And what's awesome is they look correct with any load. It's not like those headphones where it's like they're bright purple.
Yeah,
they're a subdued, OD green. And the cool thing with them is they do have a 3.5 millimeter jack on this side. So, like example, I run a throat mic, and it comes with a male-on-male connector. So you plug it in here, plug it into your throat mic, and all of the radio traffic goes into your headphones.
That's super dope.
So you can still hear, still communicate, and still everything. So you'll see a lot of interesting ways of arranging stuff, and why I put things where and why I carry what, and a lot of cool stuff. And I will say I still run leg rigs. Everyone's like, oh, I can't have leg rigs, I have to put everything on my belt. No, I like things on my legs.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I don't like stuff on my legs, but I mean, to each his own, you know.
Well, I know you don't, but I'm saying like the majority of them, like if you look at like how everything is going, it used to be like everything was like belted, mounted, or like somewhere, and then everyone went to leg rigs, and now it's gone back to mounting like stuff in the hard holsters on your belt and stuff like that. Yeah. So I honestly,
it's like trends. I mean,
it trends. It goes back and forth, back and forth. It's like the economy.
Yes.
We've solved the economy with tactical gear.
That's exactly what
America.
You just saved America, Bill.
I know, I did.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to something.
I think someone was saying Bill for president. Yes.
That's Bill 2016. Bill for president.
Yes.
He's gonna elasticize America. Bam.
I will.
That just happened. If anybody gets the reference, it means you've been watching the live show a lot. So I'll give you mad props for that. Yeah, I think that's cool. If you would have to say you had one favorite piece of gear, what would your all-time favorite piece of gear is, and why? Like, I have a couple pieces of gear that, like, I just absolutely love because it's well thought out. It makes my life easier, yada yada. Do you have one or maybe two pieces of gear? Anything that you can.
Are we talking about like the entire thing, or like, let's say example, just the plate carrier, or just this certain pouch stuff?
Yeah, maybe just like one, like maybe just a pouch you really like, or like maybe just the mask you really like, or like a sling or something. Like
honestly, one of my it's this little thing that I like is my pouches that I have right here on my rig are tactical tailor, because I've heard people say some good things, but I'm like, okay, I'll check out their pouches. The one thing I like about them that is super interesting is the inside of them is like coated with a very slick plastic.
Okay.
So pulling out a mag is really quick and easy. Whereas like in some of the other ones where if it's just cloth, sometimes a little harder to tug out, but they slip in and out really easy.
Is it like a little piece of Kydex or something?
No, it's actually the entire thing is lined with this kind of like a plasticky material, and I was like, wow, that is clever. I would have never thought of that.
But it still retains the magazine.
Oh yeah, well, because it's got a flap on
it.
It's one of those ones, but it's like, so you could rip, pull, and then it'll just drop down and you're good.
Gotcha.
But I was like, that's clever. Oh, there was something else I think that's well thought out.
Was there any piece of gear that you added to your kit that was a game changer for you? That you were like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever? Like anything that maybe wasn't your favorite, but like really stood out?
Honestly, the my sling, I believe it is the Mission Spec 2-point. I've had it for a couple of years. It's a 2-point.
The MS2? Oh, no, okay, not the convertible one.
Not the convertible one. It's got the two buckles, and it comes with the one part of it is like a thicker material. And I actually keep the thicker, like, squishy part at the bottom of my rifle, so towards where I grab, because what I like about that sling is I have it loose enough where I can actually transition back and forth, but I spin it around to my back. The thicker part is on my shoulder, and I cinch it really tight. So a lot of fields, like if you have to walk far to the next game, I can just cinch on my back, and my arms are free. So that's the other thing is I hated, like, if I wouldn't, like, I really didn't run a sling for a while because I just kind of forgot to put it back on, and like I'd be walking like, all right, this is annoying how I have to just carry this and hold it, and it's just starting to get a little tiresome. And like when I'm walking the fields or having to hike up hills or something, it's a little easier to just throw it on my back, cinch it tight, and then also, I mean, I can do that. I've done it where I cinch it to my back, pull out my pistol, and I run and I clear buildings and stuff like that. I think there's a few scenarios at Antioch where I kind of did something like that.
I was gonna say, when we were at Antioch, that was some of like the most badass moments that I've seen of Bill. You know, he'll be engaging guys with his M16, which is a big gun, but Antioch has some really CQB moments. So I remember moments where you're out there rocking, and you cleared, I remember at one point, like 2 buildings on your own, and like I love how you go up with your pistol because you're just like, you're completely like, aggressive, just like bah 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 bah.
My pistol that doesn't have a front sight because it fell off.
That is great.
I was like, I point and shoot, it works.
And then the other favorite moment that I had with you is in one of the scenarios at Assault on Antioch. Bill was the anti-buggy guy, so he actually had launcher. Yeah, he had a rocket launcher, but you being the badass that you are, you had your full M16 on your back, and your pistol was still on you too, right? So
I will say eventually though, because I was having issues getting in and out of doorways, I actually just dropped my M16 in a building that was going to be like kind of a key building. It was the corner one, where I could engage targets here and then like back also. I just dropped it in there, and I was running with the disposable heroes searching for the buggy, and then it hit a point where I was like, all right, the buggy was done, and there was not enough time left in the game for the buggy to be back. So then I just hung out in that building with the rocket launcher, hoping to clear out. Like, people were like, ha, thunk.
That is freaking awesome. Yeah, I just remember seeing you run with your M16 on your back, which I remember it was snug, so it must have been...
Yeah, it was snug. It wasn't, I mean, it was slowly, what happens, like, you can strap it on your back, but the one thing that, with all slings, as you move about, it's going to slowly loosen. I think you just have to give a little tug a little bit. But it ended up becoming, it was just hard to catch on stuff, and it was getting kind of uncomfortable because I had it strapped tight, and then I had the rocket launcher I was trying to aim to, and it was bumping the gun. I'm like, oh, this is not working out the best, so that's why I was like, all right, just unbuckle, set it here, and all right, let's roll. Yeah,
but that image that I remember seeing, and it was in some of the videos where you had the M16 and the rocket launcher, just super, super cool. That was like, oh man, that's really awesome.
I think Bob said there was like he saw at one point, it was like I had the rocket launcher in my left hand, like the pistol like that.
Oh man, that's
Give me
great.
2 rocket launchers. I'll carry one in each hand.
So what guns, just for everybody to know, do you typically run, and what's in your arsenal right now, and why?
Okay, right now I have a KWA 226, the first gen one that I'm actually looking to sell, just so I'm kind of tired of it. I did custom paint on it and stuff like that. I have an ICS M4, which I'm going to also try and sell because I want to buy the Crytek SPR.
Nice.
when it finally comes in. My primary is my M16. Love that gun. R-hopped. It's not really a VFC anymore. And then my sidearm is a Stark Arms G. Which one is it? 18C. The one that I think it's
The full auto one?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
the
full auto.
18C.
It's an 18C. The only thing that's hard about the 18Cs is because it does have the selector switch. Holsters are a little harder to find, but found the Black Hawk holster, and it works great because since it only grabs at the trigger and everything like that, back is completely free.
Yeah.
So that definitely works out. Let's see, do I have anything else? I sold like some of my other stuff that I didn't use. Like I had a A&K SVD, the one that you could actually use an AEG spring in, and I put like a 150 or a 160 in it. I just plinked in my backyard. I never actually used it. I was the only one in my family that could pull the bolt because of like they were trying to like they're all right hand. They're trying to pull it like this. I'm like, no, this is how you have to do it. So and like you have to pull it and then crank it down like that.
What was the FPS on that? With that
a lot.
A lot. It was way up there.
I don't know if I ever officially measured it. I did like the Coke can test and it went through like everything.
Both sides. Shoot, man, that's crazy.
Let's see, what else have I had? I feel like I've just gone through a lot of stuff. Like I had my very first gun was an AGM M16.
That's really funny. Saber mark. We like your comment.
Saber, like the South Park reference.
Very funny.
Actually, it'd been funnier if you went RoboCop and said you'd buy that for $1. But anyway, see, my first gun was an AGM M16.
Okay.
Lasted for a year. I had wiring issues, and I was like, I could fix it. And I looked at the prices, parts. I was like, or I could just buy a new one. So I bought an ICS. That one lasted, God, I think like 4 or 5 years.
Dang.
That one had literally had the crap beat out of it. Certain parts I fixed by super gluing it back together.
Dang.
The trigger guard was one. And then when that one died, I went and talked to one of our techs, Spencer. I'm like, hey, can you see if you can get this thing living? And after about a week, I asked him, I was like, am I better off just buying a new gun? He's like, yeah, you'd be better off buying a new gun. So I bought a VFC, well, Echo 1 Platinum, I should say. M16, I went with that one because it comes with the standard handguards, and I already had a rail system. I've had the same rail system forever. I don't see any reason to change it out. And externally, I actually liked the Platinum a little bit better because it's more of a flat black, whereas like the VFC E-Series ones are a little bit glossier. I'd say like a semi-gloss, and I like the flat black a little bit better. And the fact that the logo is not like silver, it's actually engraved in, it's all black. So it's very subdued. And I've just, done a lot of custom paint on it. My one thing I wish I would have done it. I had it on my ICS M16 on the stock. I had painted. I'd cut out a stencil of the Revolution fist, and I had it painted on the side of the stock.
Rebel.
I mean, I suppose I could do that with black spray paint, but I went with the green stock, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, how do you do wear and tear and stuff like that on it? Use it. That's how mine, like, you'll look at it and you're like, wow, this thing looks like it's been through the warts, because a lot of the parts, like, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm rough on my gear, but I'm definitely not easy on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll drop the gun and I'll be like, oh my god, and I'll be like, oops.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going. But yeah, I'm definitely, tomorrow should be very exciting, so get that tack gear on all day.
Keep an eye on our YouTube channel, Airsoft GI on YouTube, and we're going to film it tomorrow, and we should have it released hopefully in the next week or so once we get a chance to edit and everything. So that should be pretty cool.
Make it pretty.
Last question I had, what is your favorite gun out of all the ones you've owned or own now? So now you were looking forward to the Crytek SPR. I'm going to get the LMG when it comes out. But from the past guns that you've owned, if you have one favorite, maybe not like the most functional or the most awesome, but the one that you just had the most fun with.
Honestly, I gotta say my AGM.
Yeah.
Because that was my very first like serious airsoft gun, and I remember my brother-in-law and I playing against each other wearing just shooting glasses, and like it was a lot of fun because it was when him and I were like, okay, I just turned 18, and we're like, okay, we need to do something. I'm not playing football anymore. I need to do something where I can kind of have fun, stay physical, stuff like that. And we looked into paintball. Prices of it was way too high. Yeah. And we're like, what about airsoft? We're like, okay. So we Googled airsoft and our zip code and came up with GI. And we're like, oh, they've got a walk-in store. Let's go check it out. And I believe that day we went and checked. We went there like an hour before they closed, and we ended up we each bought an AGM. And like the next day we went out, because this was, I think it was on a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and we were at Downtown Disney discussing it, and then so we went there after, and then the next day we went up and we went and played with them.
Gotcha.
And we got our TSDs, .20 BBs, and we're like, yeah, we're so cool and hardcore. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that gun was all stock for such a long time, and it was a trooper.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. That was a good, probably just mainly more fond memories because it was my first gun. So cool.
So keep an eye on our YouTube channel. You guys will see that full video pretty soon, and you'll see what Bill runs with and all of his guns as well. So now we're going to jump into our questions and answers. So it's going to take a second for it to cycle. So if you guys have questions or want shout-outs, start spamming it now. We can't get to all of them, unfortunately, but we'll do our best to get to all do our best to get to as many as we can.
There you go.
That's what I'm trying to say. Also, we do want to give you guys a heads up that next week we're going to have the live show at the same time at 4:30. But we're going to be trying a few new things with the live show. We want to try to make it a little bit more fun and hopefully a little bit more entertaining for you guys. So first of all, be aware we will be cutting down the live show just by a little bit. It's going to be 45 minutes next week. But we're hoping to have a little more entertainment value to there. We might have some characters such as Boris the Russian might come back. Yes, and a couple other fun things. So just be aware for the next show, because I know a lot of you guys are watching this live show very religiously every Tuesday at 4:30. So just keep an eye out. And without further ado, let's jump into some questions. I'm going to scroll up a bit. If somebody was asking, somebody's mentioned why we're ignoring questions. We're not. This is why we have the sign. So shout outs and questions for the last 15 minutes of the show. Anyway, let's see. What question do we have first? Does anybody live in Colorado? We're in California, so that's not going to work. What is your favorite airsoft gun of all time? I think Bill just answered that.
God, sorry.
My favorite airsoft gun of all time. Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Well, you've got like a billion.
I think I'd have to say my PTS Masada, just because I was so obsessed with that gun for a long time, and then when I had it, I just absolutely loved it. Really accurate out of the box and absolutely adaptable. Okay, that was from Christmas Carol. Mags is asking. Oh, it's jumping up around. Where'd it go?
It's loading. Stop.
Sorry, guys. The comments are jumping up and down. I'm trying to get to all the questions. Mags is asking, would you have an airsoft event using all of Disneyland? Heck yeah!
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Disneyland, let us borrow you for a day.
Oh, where are you? Oh, I'm on Space Mountain.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
I still do this when I'm like walking around, or if I'm like at a cool.
Oh, you're not the only one. Whenever I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, this would be such a cool place to play.
Especially like in a cool place. Abandoned warehouse or something like that. I would love to have an airsoft event at Disneyland. Like, imagine how much fun that would be.
Cruise ship.
Where's our next objective? Oh, it's a small world. Go, 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 go.
It's a small world.
I just imagine like all these like milsimmers like trying to be all like Navy SEAL underneath the water and just coming out, and then you have the little dolls like just super ridiculous. That'd be so much fun.
That'd actually be awesome.
I would love to do that if we could. Realistically, it's
that would never happen.
But
it's Disney. Come on.
Nerf sucks. Number one, which I disagree. I love Nerf. Nerf is awesome. What do you think of the VFC 416? A really solid gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the Humorex 416. That's the title, but is OEM'd by VFC. Exquisite internals and externals, and that's a great gun. So I definitely recommend it. Christian Villa is asking, how is the CM R8L? Bill, are you familiar with that gun?
Not really. If I saw a picture of it, I'd be like, oh yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think about it.
I would definitely recommend that gun because it's the Combat Machine series, so it doesn't have blowback.
That's why. I was thinking CM as in the SEMA.
No, the G&G CM R8L, I believe.
That's why I was like, wait, I don't...
The internals are really solid, but what's cool is it comes with a free float rail system and like a pretty dope red dot included. It is a little more expensive, and you are paying more for the externals, where you can get like a G4 for the same price range. But with this, you get a really nice external setup and a red dot's included. So I would definitely I'll go with that one. Let's see, what else do we have? We answered that one. Shout out to Ickhart 510. Shout out to Dill Pickle.
Oh, pickles are good.
You want to do the shout out, Bill?
Thomas Harping, you have a shout out?
And a shout out for
Mr. Airsoft 333.
Wow, you got it from Boris too. Pretty awesome. You overuse the word dope, Daniel. Oh, Dope.
Dope, 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 dopey dope.
Yeah, I usually don't say dope. I don't know why I'm saying it so much right now. Shout out to Nicholas Figueroa. Shout out to I already did a cart. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because we've loaded.
Okay, Nerf sucks. We answered your question. Let me load the other stuff. Snoopy98 is asking if we've ever heard. Where'd it go?
I lost it.
Oh, questions are jumping around too much. Sorry, guys. Give us a second. Okay, so this is from Willie Rich. He's asking, when is the Tippmann gun coming out? I really want it. I really want it too. It's supposed to be coming out hopefully in the next few months. We don't have an official release date, but I have been talking to Tippmann every now and then, and we know they're working on it and there's progress. So hopefully in the next few months, no official date, but we'll get that up as quickly as we can.
Crazy Roger, I want my candy now.
Connor McLeod? Might be saying that wrong. I apologize. There's a shout out. And he's asking 1911 or Glock, and for what reasons? I'm a huge 1911 guy, so I would go with the 1911. I own a Springfield 1911 45 ACP, and I'm actually considering buying a Glock 17. I do like the Glocks a lot. In terms of airsoft, the Glock airsoft guns are tricky to get because Glock doesn't sanction the airsoft replicas, so you might have to go with the 1911. But Glock rep, I have like an old KWA G17, which is cool. But Bill, what do you think? 1911s or Glocks?
I'm a big 1911 guy. I actually want to buy a Kimber Custom. Kimber Custom 2, like just the plain one. I don't want rails. I don't want night sights. I want basically a modern, old school 1911. That being said, my best friend Ryan has a Glock 22, which is actually a lot of fun to shoot. It's a 40 Smith & Wesson. It was also fun because he was like, "Oh, your sights are messed up. I can't hit anything."
Wait,
I'm like, "Oh,
it's a Glock Smith & Wesson." What?
It shoots a 40 Smith & Wesson caliber.
Okay.
It's a 40. He's like, "I can't hit anything." I took it with my one-handed offhand. I got in the target, and then it's like clicks back. I'm like, "No, you just don't know how to shoot." And I walked away.
That is the most aggravating thing when like somebody's more accurate than you are with your own gun. Because I've had that happen with my 1911. Like I'll go shooting with a friend, and they're just like bah, 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 and I'm just like oh, you know, because it's like it's
well,
his gun.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily his gun. I'm actually relatively good with pistols for some reason. I don't know if it's how I shoot or like because when I aim, I'm not like doing one eye. I actually turn my head and I'm looking down the sights with both eyes, which
feels a badass, you know.
Yeah, I did shoot a 44 Magnum one-handed like Dirty Harry, and it was awesome.
Very cool. Mr. Crazy88 is saying, come back to GamePod. I want a chance to play with you guys again. We are working with GamePod to potentially do more stuff in the near future. Can't say any more details than that, but keep an eye out on our website. This is from Christopher Ramirez. Shout out to Iron Sights Spartans. Shootosaurus, that's a great name. I love that. Shootosaurus. Dude, shout out to you. You didn't even ask for it, but that's a cool name. Your question was, have you ever shot a GR16? I've shot dozens of GR16s, maybe hundreds, just working at the retail store. So yes, I have. They're really good guns. I would recommend that for sure.
Solid.
Okay, Bill, we'll give this to you. Anthony is asking, what's the best gun to start with?
Ooh, I don't know if you're looking for brand or styling. Probably one of the best ones to start with. A lot of it depends also on your budget too. Combat machines are very good guns to start with because value for money, they can't be beat. It's one of the best field-ready guns out there. If you have a little bit more, I definitely recommend looking at our G4 series just because they come pre-installed with rails and stuff like that. If you're looking for style, I know everyone's like, oh, it's another M4. Personally, I think an M4 is a great platform to start with just because parts are so plentiful for it. And if you're just starting out, you want to have something where you can find replacement parts easily because nothing's more frustrating than like, you know, you're brand new and you're like, oh, I bought this gun, it's so cool, and then something happens and then you can't find parts for it. So, I mean, I definitely say look at an M4 platform or if you want to be really cool, an M16.
Very nice, very nice.
I like M16.
Let's see.
Just I love battery space, that's why.
What else do we have? How long will a stock AEG last with an 11.1 volt LiPo? That's completely dependent on the milliamps. 11.1 volt, that's the voltage of the battery, meaning the power. So that's generally going to dictate your rate of fire, how many BBs per second your gun's going to shoot. The higher, the faster it's going to be. If it's too fast, it could damage or break your gun, yada yada. So the milliamps, where when you look at a battery, for example, it will say 11.1 V, which is the voltage, and then afterwards it will say like 1000 mAh, which is mAh is the milliamps, or 2000 mAh. So think of the mAh or milliamps as how big the gas tank is in your battery, which is how long it's going to last. So you can have, let's say, an 11.1 LiPo, and then it can be 1000 milliamps, which will last you maybe, I'd say, depending on how much you shoot, like half a game, maybe a little bit longer.
I mean, it also depends on, like, I mean, generally what I used to tell people when I was in CS is think of 1 milliamp as one shot. That's probably being not generous, just probably being on the worst case scenario.
Yes.
But that's a good way to get a rough idea of how much. But,
and LiPos are a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
so,
they're more efficient.
So this was from Jacob. Look at the milliamp. So what I would recommend is always get as big a milliamp as possible that's going to fit in your gun. So that means you're not going to have to change it out as often. So if you have like a big M16 stock like Bill has.
I have a 5000 milliamp
5,000 milliamp
RC battery.
Has that thing ever ran out for you?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that is like super excessive. That will last you, what, 3-4 days nonstop? If
Probably.
necessary?
That's why I was like, oh, I should get it if I ever play a 3-day game. I don't have to really worry about my charger.
Yep.
But I still like charge it anyway.
This is from Jason. I like this question. It's pretty cool. What do you love about working at Airsoft GI? What do you love about working here, Bill?
Well, the one thing I love is I'm actually now finally doing what I studied for 4 years in college. I'm finally getting to do marketing. And at least what I like with Airsoft is, since it is, I mean, I know it started out, I think the very first Airsoft gun was like, what, back in the 80s? Like the very first one. But while that may seem old, it's still a very young, new hobby. So it is always constantly evolving and changing. And being in the marketing department, what's awesome is we get to see a lot of stuff before anyone else has seen it. And that's one of the things I love is I get to see like stuff that if I was I couldn't see if I just walked into the store as a customer. And that's one of the things I love is I love seeing, and also I get to see the evolution of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I remember seeing the Crytek when we first got to take a look at it, and then where it is now, it's like, wow, they've changed a lot of stuff on it. So a lot of cool. That's one of the things I love about my position here.
Yeah. What I love working here the most is like working with you guys one-on-one. Like I used to work at the retail store, and I seriously miss it sometimes. But like when we throw in big events and I get to play with you guys, and I get to do raffles, like it is one of the best feelings of my life when I'm like holding the mic and I'm raffling stuff off, and there's like 100 airsofters out there and just all shouting and excited. Like that kind of stuff is so much fun for me. One of the things I love the most is teaching people about airsoft. Like I love doing that at the sales floor. Like I have a speech, for example, that I would tell people about how a hop-up would work, and I've said it hundreds of times just teaching people, and I like it, because this is a passion of mine, playing Airsoft, and I love sharing and spreading it, and because I know what it's like when you first get into Airsoft, and it's confusing, and it's intimidating, and you're like, what the heck is everything?
Yeah.
So, when people came into the store, and, when we do videos for you guys online and stuff like that, we try to help incorporate and bring you guys into the Airsoft world, and teach you as much as possible so you have fun, because when you're on the field and you're all tacked out and you're just like, that's so much fun. I
gotta say, that's probably one of the things is like, I mean, I never got to work the sales floor, so I never got to actually like do that.
Yeah, but you were on the phones a lot.
I was on the phones a lot, but like I didn't have as much like face-to-face with people. But the teaching is definitely an aspect I like teaching people stuff. I mean, I was a cheer instructor for 5 years, so definitely like to teach and talk to people and stuff like that.
Okay, so we're down to the last 3 minutes, so we're going to do lightning round. We're going to try to go through as many questions and shout-outs as we can. This is from Thomas. He's asking, would you recommend the APS ACP or the ASG CZ P09? I'd say go with the P09.
Me too. CO2 mag is awesome.
Yes, green gas or CO2. Shout-out for...
Aftermath Youth USA. Ugh.
And shout-out for Raging Dragon Airsoft. Pretty cool. Jacob's asking, what's a good outdoor gun recommendation? I just did a video on the KWA SR10, and that's a pretty good gun, so I definitely recommend that as well. Shout out for Jason Leithston. I hope I got your name right. Let's see, what else do we got? Shout out to Team Iron Sight. Oh, we already did that one. Alan is asking, is Chris Group coming out with an AEG Chris Vector? I don't know at this time. I hope so.
That'd be pretty cool if they do, but we don't know.
Tim and Alan from Chris, if you guys are watching, make one. We all want one. That'd be super dope. Oh man, stop jumping up and down. Huh?
Bacon sausage.
Oh, who said that?
Go back up.
Oh, shout out to 501st to Airsoft. Check out their YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay, I think I went too high.
I saw it though. I remember seeing.
I'd go with bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon always.
Bacon
wins.
Bacon trumps everything.
Yes. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so. Oh, where was that question? Why does it keep jumping? This is frustrating. Long-term plans for Airsoft GI new location. That's stuff we can't reveal, but we are working on coming to Texas hopefully soon. So I'm actually very excited for that. I went to Texas a few months ago and checked out a lot of the local fields, which were super awesome. Everything there was super dope. I think that's the last question we'll ask from...
Hang on. Saber Mark 42. If you mean $350 as in $350, then yes.
This is from Newfie Soldier. What is your favorite kill in a game? Bill?
Wait, real game? Or like video game or like Airsoft?
Oh, Airsoft game.
Probably a good. I had one at Jericho a while back, and there's like a big old valley in the middle. Opposite side, nail someone on the opposite side of the canyon valley thing. Probably good 200, 250 feet. I think I had wind helping me a little bit, but I don't care. I got him.
Awesome. I think one of my favorite kills recently is when I shot a Milsim junkie. A wild Milsim junkie appeared on the battlefield, and I
forgot about when I knifed Spartan Leia in the back.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think that one actually takes it.
I came face to face with Milsim junkie, and we were in a big container, and there was a wall in between us, and we both had each other pinned down, but I had a teammate able to keep suppressing fire on him, and so like it was a point where like we didn't have grenades, and like neither of us were gonna go around the corner because we would have gotten screwed. So I did this like run all the way around, which was kind of like a Hail Mary, and I barely made it, and I was able to sneak around and get him. So that one made me really happy. So yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite kills recently. Okay, last one. Mr. Schlubmeister is asking indoor or outdoor. Right now, I'm probably a fan more of outdoor, but I do love indoor play.
Outdoor. I'm not fast enough to play indoor.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. This has been our live show on October. Man,
I wish it was October. It's so hot right now.
August 19th. Be sure to join us, guys, next week on Tuesday at 4:30. Remember, our show next week is going to be 45 minutes, just to try to
try something new.
Yeah, and we're going to have a few things for you guys, so make sure you guys tuned in and see what is up. But otherwise, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye.